Hi, Martin here. I'm just going to show you a few extra things you can do with your platform games. So I've made a nice, simple little platform game with a. If you look at the window size, the window size is 600 by 400. If you look at the layout's really long. It's 6,000 by 400. If we zoom out now, you'll see that it's a really long, sort of horizontal scrolling platform game. I've made a tiled floor and a running dude. And if we play the project as it is, you'll see that I've given him the platform behavior, and he's animated, so he runs and stops running when he stops. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to make the how I made the tiled ground, and I'm going to show you that by making a different tiled object. Insert a new object, tiled background. We'll stick it there, and we'll open a file, and you'll see that the file that we open is just a simple little tile. Just one tile, but when it appears on the layout, you'll see that whatever shape you make it, it fills the whole shape with those tiles. Very cool. So that's going to be a platform. We can make lots of these platforms if we want to. Now, if we right-click them, we'll just click them. We'll go to behaviors. I'm going to give it one behavior, and that is the jump through behavior. And if we play the project now, you'll see what the jump through behavior does. It makes the platform solid, but also you can jump through it. There we go. So that's going to work nicely in our game. Now I'm going to add another object. Insert new object. We're going to add a sprite, and we'll put it there. And we'll take it from the file, and it's going to be some grass. There we go. Not very exciting, but we're going to put some grass on there. I'll make it more exciting in a minute, so I'm going to make it that size. Now, these are going to be quite cool when I finish with them, so I'm going to make a few of these. Once you've made a sprite, you haven't just made one sprite. You've made a little sprite factory, and you can clone your sprite and make lots the same. So a simple way of doing it is pressing Control, click, and dragging. Control, click, and drag. You can also right-click, copy, and paste. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the grass explode when you run into it to make it more exciting. So I'm going to make another sprite. This is going to be the explosion. We'll stick it there for now. Now you'll notice that when you open the sprite editor, you also get an animation frames box and an animations box, and this is for animated sprites, obviously. So in the animation frames box, if you right click and import a sprite strip, and have a look at this, I'm going to import a little explosion sprite strip that I'd already prepared, and it's 24 little pictures. It's a strip of 24 pictures, just one image high, and there they are. And those are your frames. When they all get played together, they'll make a nice little explosion. Up here, we can right click, we can change the actually we'll just preview it. This is what the explosion is going to look like. A nice little explosion. It's going to happen whenever we want it to happen in the program. You can have one sprite with several different sprite strips and several different several different animations if you want to, but I'm just going to leave this with one. We'll close that. We'll close that down. We'll get our screen the right size again, and there's not a lot to see at the moment where this sprite is, because it's at the beginning of the explosion animation, and it's not actually playing, but that's where it's going to be. We're going to make it happen on top of that patch of grass. Now what we want it to do is be invisible to begin with. Now we're going to make an event sheet, something on the event sheet that makes the explosion happen. So when the dude is on collision with another object, and that's going to be the grass, then we want the explosion to happen. I'll just rename this explosion. I do like all my sprites to be named properly. So what's going to happen? First of all, because the grass explodes, we're going to destroy the grass. The second thing that's going to happen is that the explosion, we are going to set it visible, because it was invisible we set it invisible at the beginning. And the third action with the grass, with the explosion, is that we're going to start the animation from the beginning. Done. Okay, let's see if that works. So we play the project, we run along, we jump, we run into the grass and it explodes. Now let's see what happens when we run into this patch of grass here. Oh, another explosion, but it's in the wrong place. So let's close that. We also need to say that when we collide with the grass, the explosion, we're going to set the position of the explosion to another object, and we're going to set the position of the dude. So when the dude runs into the grass, we're telling it that we want the explosion to happen at that point. So let's set that there at the beginning of the little set of events that are going to happen. So let's run the layout. This time, whichever patch of grass we run into should explode. That's it. This one explodes. Cool. Now, explosion might need to happen a little bit quicker, and we might need some sounds and stuff, but we can do all that. That's fairly easy. You probably know how to do that by now, and you also know how to make explosions now, to animate your sprites now. I'll just show you the little dude sprite. He's got various sets of animation frames. He's got and 3 animations. He's got the animation for running right, the animation from running left, where I just flipped all the images around, and the idle animation, which isn't really an animation at all, it's just him standing still. And so I've used the event sheet, you'll see, so that when the right arrow is down, the animation is set to running right. When the left arrow is down, the animation is set to running left, and when no key is being pressed, he's idle, he just stands still. So the last thing I want to do is make a baddie. So I'm just going to right click, insert a new object, another sprite, and we'll stick him there, and I'm going to open a file with the baddie, and the baddie's going to be a pig. Okay, and there he is, and we'll make him a little bit smaller, and there we go. And I'm just going to give him one behavior. This is a way to give a baddie in a platform game a nice little sort of movement behavior very quickly. Just give him the sine behavior. A sine wave is like a wave, as you can see in the little picture there, that goes up and down, and a sine behavior just makes a character just sort of go backwards and forwards. You can change all these things, but this sine behavior by default just makes a character move horizontally backwards and forwards in a wave type motion. So there we go. We've got a baddie moving backwards and forwards. You can jump through onto platforms. When you run into the grass, it explodes. Lots of cool things are starting to happen, and it's up to you to keep going, and whatever you can imagine can happen in your game now. So so have fun, and go away and make a really cool platform game with lots of things going on. One final reminder: do please credit the people who you get the artwork from. Make sure that it is artwork that you're allowed to use. Don't use anything copyrighted, and do put some credits somewhere on your project to show that you appreciate the work of the artists who allow their stuff to be shared. Okay, thanks, bye.